Hi, this video is for you landscapers. I had an amazing natural light workshop for our membership program. And of course, when I'm out there in the landscape, it's a little difficult to talk about natural light inside an environment where we actually work live with each other on natural light. But I'm going to give you a little portion just to help you landscape photographers and give you some one-shot, not HDR, one-shot ideas that you can do when you're in the landscape. If you're new here, this channel is all about macro and landscape photography. So click on the bell to get notified every single Thursday that I put out a video for you, and subscribe to the channel. So let's get to landscape and natural light. So this video that you're going to see right now is a teeny little portion of a natural light workshop that I had for our membership program. So you get to see a little bit behind the scenes. I just want to give you examples to think about while you're photographing, because you can photograph any time of the day. What I'd like to stress upon landscapers is that it's good to work with your conditions. So the more you're out there photographing with the time frames that you love, you will be able to make work. So don't always listen to people saying you'll never make a great image if it's not a sunset or sunrise, okay? So this image was shot right in the middle of the day. And that's what I had to do in order to get the sun here. If I didn't have this starburst, it really wouldn't be a dramatic image. So you have to think about, okay, I like this location. I went here before and thought about what I could do next time. So you have to keep kind of going back. If you have clouds, what can happen? What can you do with that? So here's just a basic image that was from the sea. I had this beautiful God rays, and the actual photograph was ugly. Like it was, brown, and the sea was not really pretty. So think about photographing your landscape work, and if the colors are just off, make it into a black and white. People still love black and white landscape images for their home. Again, thinking of the light and not so much the color. Storms are also really good because they not only diffuse your sun rays, think of your storm as a diffusion of light and work with it. This is my favorite time of the day to photograph, which is the twilight, or 30 minutes after the sun goes down. I mean, this one for sure you have to know HDR, because you have up here that was so much brighter, and the reflection that was so much brighter compared to the rocks. So if you want to get into more advanced natural light, I would slowly begin to work on high dynamic range. Here's one right smack in the middle of the day, but it tells a story of a cute little tree around these big tall trees. So again, you don't have to wait for the golden hour or all these, what other, a lot of photographers say. You just need to think about your circumstances and how can you pull the light to work with you. So because this tree was underneath all these other trees, it kind of gave it a soft feel to it. Didn't have dramatic shadows to it, so it really popped. Okay, so I'm in my human element portfolio, and in my human elements, it is still landscape, so I would like to talk to you about the light. Here's another one that was shot with clouds, and this is a one shot. This one was a one shot I took from my car, but the light was so pretty, I didn't have time for high dynamic range stacking images. So I took this and post-processed it. So again, even if you may not like the image when it comes out, you can always play with it afterwards. What I wanted to share with on this one is that this was taken during the middle of the day while we were walking around. I found something interesting. I took this photograph and the sky was no clouds. There's a little bit down in here, pretty boring. So I added a texture. The light is hitting it perfectly, and I pay attention to where the shadows were. So here's the shadows hitting it, giving it dimension, and then I just added texture to make this have a little bit more dimension. So I hope you love those tips and know that you do not have to go in the golden hour if you just don't have the time. Just go and observe your landscape and capture it and share it with the world, because your 1,000 words does make a difference. Alrighty, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up and definitely subscribe to the channel. And if you have any questions, please just ask them down below. There's more goodies for you to check out on the channel, especially if you'd like to take a series that I made on how to express yourself with your photography. Alrighty, until next Thursday, cheers.